to the Clydesdale Media Weight Loss Journey, where Scott does his weekly check-in with nutrition coach Cheryl Nasso every week live on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notifier so you first know when new episodes come out. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Weight Loss Journey. My name is Scott Schweitzer. She is my nutrition coach, Cheryl Nasso. We do our weekly check-ins live, and that's what we're doing today.
What's up? How you feeling?
So I feel pretty good, but I'm having this issue with gas.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's like up here, like in my throat and chest, and I burp like nonstop, and it's preventing me from sleeping. And other times it's more like gastrointestinal, but like I just can't seem to get it to stop. And it's making working out hard. It's making sleeping hard.
Okay, so it's been a while since you've had any of like the acid reflux symptoms. Is it feeling like that again?
It feels worse than that.
But is it similar?
Well, that was more just in my throat. This some days is more GI
Okay.
than.
And this is a new thing. This is a new thing just this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much just after we got off the air.
Okay.
The next day started or maybe even that night.
Yeah.
And I do find it like if I eat yogurt with fruit before bed, it helps it. But I don't know why.
That's why I was asking about the acid stuff. The reason that makes sense is the yogurt's going to be a little bit more like alkaline. So that's why I was asking if you're having some issues again and not even realizing it with what you were having last year with the acid reflux type stuff. So have you been, just kind of looking back at your diary, have you been eating things that are a little bit more acidic? Like I know you for a while you were like cutting back on like spicy stuff and tomatoes, anything that was really causing that. Have you been eating more of that kinds of stuff?
I mean, I think so. I've been eating so much less because like as the day goes on, it gets worse. And then I don't feel like eating at night.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a look at what you've been eating. To see. You've been doing a good job of getting more vegetables in. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Did you increase your vegetable intake last week?
I know I had a lot more salad.
Yeah. So that's yeah. So that's okay. So it's not a bad thing. So it sounds like you're getting some GI distress from the fiber and the roughage is exactly what it sounds like. Totally normal. You did exactly what you needed to do last week by increasing your vegetable intake. But what you have to realize is that when you're not eating a lot of those foods, because you haven't been for a little while, and you start to include them back in your diet, your stomach acids and the enzymes in your stomach are going to help those break down those foods. When you're not consuming them very often, you have less of those in your gut. So your body's kind of like trying to figure out how to break them down a little bit. So what you can do is try and cut your vegetable intake in half. So like if you've been eating a lot more, like let's just cut it in half and then we'll add a little bit more next week. So like if you went from like not eating any to now you're eating a whole bunch of vegetables, like cut it in half. Like right now, if you've had, it looks like 3 cups of salad at lunch or dinner. I'm just looking at one of your random days, like last Saturday, cut it to like 1.5 cups and start to like let your gut regulate a little bit because that's exactly what it is. It's not a bad thing. Your body will adjust to it. It's just your body's not used to breaking down those foods right now.
Okay.
So you did the right thing. You're doing the right thing by getting in more of that stuff. In fact, I recorded a podcast today on micronutrients. It's really important for you to get that stuff in, but that's exactly why you're getting some of the GI distress. It's making you feel more full It's definitely it's like, I kind of think of it this way. If you're putting sand in a wood chopper, it's not going to require a whole bunch of work. If you take a whole piece of tree, a trunk, and you put it in the wood chopper, it's a lot more work. Same thing that's going on in your gut.
So I just have to put more sand in it for a week.
Yeah, just go a little bit less. Yeah, a little bit less of the big stuff. Slow it down a little bit. You don't want to throw the whole chunk in, just a little bit at a time. So, but I'm happy to see your diary last week looks really good. Looks like you're also eating like a little bit more nuts too, which could also be,
That was just a craving.
yeah, not a bad thing. Did you smoke your own chicken wings on Sunday, or did you buy them somewhere?
I bought those ones.
Oh, I was hoping you smoked your own.
Well, it's so cold here.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It would take me 6 days to smoke chicken wings.
Yeah, it's funny. So I was talking to one of my clients lives in Wisconsin, and she came down to Florida for a visit. And I'm like, oh, the weather's beautiful here. And I messaged her on Sunday. I'm like, oh, of all times for you to come down, it's actually cold here. We had our coldest day of the year this year on Sunday. It was 47 degrees. And she's like, I'll take this any day.
I looked at the map because I used to live in Tallahassee, so I looked there occasionally, and I think they got down to like 8 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cold. I mean, it was cold for me. I don't like, well, I don't do well in the cold. So, but yeah, like your nutrition last week, I'm looking over things right now. Looks really good. I mean, definitely have been a little bit under on things, but like that, another thing is people don't realize when they're like, I'm hungry all the time, and I look at their diary and I'm like, well, you're not getting any vegetables in. Like if you get some vegetables in, you're going to feel more satiated. It is going to help you feel more full. So I'm happy that you're doing that. And also some of the types of vegetables too. You're getting in the good stuff. You're getting in like the cabbage. All that stuff does take some work for the gut to digest. So nutritionally right now, things look really good. Really, it looks like Thursday was your only day that you didn't track things. Protein has been pretty good most days. Looks like a couple of days you're a little bit under. Actually, you're actually pretty under most days this week, but likely because of your appetite. Because you're getting in, it's really your snacks. You're missing your protein in your snacks, I guess, because your meals have been pretty high in protein.
Yeah, I've added meat to my breakfast. I've tried to do a shake occasionally, and it irritates whatever's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I really do think it's the vegetables that your body's just getting used to. Because of the types of vegetables you're eating too. Like I see like the cabbage. Cabbage is really rough on the gut. Like it's a lot of work on the gut. It's not a bad vegetable. It just definitely does take a lot to break down. So, but
Yeah, we got on like a kick of, it's like ground meat, cabbage, carrots over rice.
yeah, it sounds good. Kind of like I like to make this thing called egg roll in a bowl.
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you buy, they sell wonton wrappers in the produce section, and if you want to like add some crunch, you can take those, and you can actually just air fry them to crisp them up, and put them on top, and now you actually have an egg roll, but it's just not deep fried. So, in fact, you could make your own egg rolls like that if you really wanted to.
And the wrapper's not bad for you?
No, it's like it's literally just, I forget what they're made with. Let me see. Uh, it's like a wheat wrap. It's like a, as we say this, there's no foods that are bad for you. They're called Nasoya is the brand. It's flour, water, salt, eggs, and egg whites. So there's nothing in it, and it's wheat flour. There's not a whole bunch of fiber in them, but it's just like any other grain, So, but yeah,
Judy called it out too. Egg roll in a bowl.
yeah, it's what it is.
Phil Kelly says broccoli slaw. Yeah,
Yeah,
these ones we didn't do the broccoli slaw. It's hard to get here for some reason.
yeah. You know
It
what else I've been having a hard time with the broccoli slaw is I've been getting it and it's for whatever reason, it hasn't been fresh. Like it's going bad in like 2 days. That's happened to me a lot and it's making me not want to buy it because I love it in my eggs.
yeah.
That's like my thing I put in my eggs. And lately I've been using different things. I've been mixing it up. I've been doing zucchini. I like also doing mushrooms, spinach, and tomatoes with a little bit of feta. It's a good way to get some other veggies in. So yeah, the egg roll in a bowl is such an easy meal. It's easy. I love it. So yeah, these are the let me just show you real quickly if you want. They look like, let me see if I can share screen. Share screen. Uh these are them right here. Can you see them?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've gotten them before.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they're pretty.
I
They're good.
just I just wouldn't have thought of them as yeah, but it makes sense.
It mix them in a little bit. So I think that we need to get your stomach regulated a little bit. So let's try and half things with the vegetables, and just see how that helps. Now, weight wise, things are looking down good. You are 287.6. Is that right?
Yeah,
That's awesome. And I still don't have photos.
I know. I was going to do it today. I felt so bloated and it really is a mental thing for me.
I
I've
know
got
it
to do it. I've got to do it.
I know it's a mental thing. That's why I'm forcing you to do it. I'm definitely We gotta have photos. We've been working on this for a couple of weeks now, trying to get the photos in. So, how about I know that your gut's a little bit messy, but like, how about are you feeling like you're getting back to normal after being sick and all that?
I don't know. Like I feel like it because I'm burping all the time, like my voice isn't back. Um it's been a weird week.
Yeah.
Like I there's a minute I feel like I'm totally recovered, and then like 4 hours later I feel like I'm back to square one.
Yeah. How's your sleep been? I mean, I know you said it's been affecting your sleep a little bit.
So I sleep for about 3 hours, then I wake up and I do about 5 minutes of burping, and then I fall back to sleep for an hour. Then I wake up and do 5 more minutes of burping, and
Yeah.
that goes on like all night.
I definitely think it's a little bit of the gut just regulating. So, that's the only thing I could think of because, and the only thing that doesn't really make sense is you're eating it mostly at dinner time. It could be, what time are you eating dinner at?
We eat dinner 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay, so it's actually you're still up for quite a while after that. So let's just see how it goes if you tonight eat, like, are you planning on doing that same thing tonight for dinner? That's cabbage thing?
We have again, I'm at the mercy of my wife, especially on nights like this, because right after this, I have fingers crossed a sponsorship call.
All right.
Um, and then so I'm at the mercy of whatever she cooks.
Try not to get more than a cup of vegetables tonight, like 1 cup. Limit it to 1 cup just to see and
Okay.
see if you sleep better. Because you haven't today. Today you didn't have a whole bunch. So let's see if today's better.
I was gonna have some yogurt tonight too.
Yeah.
See if that'll help.
Yep. And that makes sense because there's a lot of probiotics in yogurt, so good bacteria. So that's good stuff. So let's see how it goes if you only have like a cup of vegetables tonight and see if you sleep better. So I think that we need photos tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Like set your alarm for 15 minutes earlier. Get up and do them. Just get it done. You're procrastinating. Even if you're bloated, you're still going to look smaller than you did beforehand. So I'm looking at Heidi's comment here.
Uh, so Heidi, just so you know, this is something we've talked about on the show. I control my breakfast, my lunch, my snacks. My wife is we sit down to eat dinner together. And that is part of what I have to fix in. So we actually budget macros for that dinner. And then my wife is pretty good about getting us in that range. I just don't know what it's going to be. Like, I don't know what the breakdown is going to be completely before dinner time comes.
Yeah. I think it's an important thing for us to talk a little bit about this because, you know, this is one of the things that could stop people from being successful in their journey is not having open communication in their relationships and honestly either being incredibly too selfish in their journey and or the person not being supportive in that person's journey. And so I think that what we've done is really figure out what works well for you and your family to be able to be moderate still, enjoy eating with your wife, not be obsessive and still get results. And I think it's really important for people to understand that when you have a goal, you have got to share that goal with the people that are most important to you, that you spend the most time with, because if you don't, it is going to create a barrier, especially if that person doesn't live the same lifestyle and doesn't have the same goals. You know, if you were like, sorry, honey, I'm eating my own chicken and broccoli, and now she's feeling shameful of the food that she's eating, you know, it's not going to do well for the relationship. And I get the whole, oh, well, what I'm eating shouldn't impact other people. But there's also a part of relationships that is built around food, you know, like that is something that is a thing, you know, people eat together, you know, that's part of socialization. So it is important for that. And it's also important for us to realize that, you know, your wife is supportive and no, she's not going to make bland chicken and broccoli for you, but she's going to ensure that like, hey, we're not going to have, you know, Kraft macaroni and cheese for dinner every single night. So that's the balance.
Yeah, and so this is my second weight loss journey. I lost over 200 pounds before. I was very obsessive, no life balance, and alienated my wife and daughter. And that was not a good thing. And so this time through, while it's been a little slower, it is on a downward trend all the time. And we're doing it a different way where I can include my wife who now eats way better than she did before because she wants to eat better, but I'm not forcing it. I'm not demeaning her for it, or I'm not doing any of those things. I'm doing it in a loving way, and we buy the groceries together so we know that it's going to be okay. We don't have crap in the house, so I know it's going to be okay. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. No, I get it. You guys are doing awesome. I just want to make sure that we talked about that because I think it's so important. It's probably one of the biggest barriers in why people don't work towards their goals is they don't include the people that they're around the most and they let their environment, you know, feed their decisions, you know. So you know, and I think that you've really been a testament to not letting that happen. You know, like you can still go out, you know, you go to family get-togethers, you go to other things. People know that you're on a health journey, you know, so there's not this pressure that if everybody else is drinking beer and eating crap that you have to do it. And I mean, when's the last time you had a drink?
It's been a while.
Yeah. So,
and that's not even like a conscious decision.
Yeah.
It's just the way life is right now.
Yeah. How about have you been back to Polaris or have you been still working out in the garage?
It's been hit or miss. The weather was really bad this weekend. So I did a version of Cindy in my basement this weekend. And then I worked, that was yesterday. I did a little workout down here over the weekend, and then I'll go back tomorrow. It's supposed to be, the roads are supposed to be better, and my schedule has cleared out.
Yeah. A lot of people are dealing with the snow, and I don't really watch the weather, but I guess is it just like the Northeast? Y'all are just getting snow. I don't know. I feel like all of my clients are like, snow day, this. It's just the time of year, I guess. I don't know. Y'all are in different parts of the world.
So I will say on Friday, for the first time in my career with the state of Ohio, we got a memo Thursday night saying, if you don't have to go to an office, work from home.
Oh, wow.
And that was the entire state.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had a client, she's like hardcore in the gym. I don't know where she lives. Actually, I think she might live in Ohio. Now that you just said that, because I think maybe when I started up with her, I think I asked her where she lived. But she yeah, she was snowed in last week and she couldn't make it to the gym. And Holly, your Holly, data analyst, she's like, well, I didn't get much work in the gym, but I did get a lot of snow shoveling. I don't know where she lives, but she definitely was
Nebraska.
yeah, so she was shoveling some snow. So I actually love Cindy too. I'll be honest, guys.
So I want to tell you, I hate Cindy. So for me to
Really?
actually make the conscious decision to do it is a big step for me.
Listen, okay. I think that everybody should have a go-to workout, like a workout where like when hell freezes over and you just want to get something in and you're not motivated, it's the workout you do. Like you can do it when you're traveling, you can do it when you don't feel good, you can do it on a recovery day. And for me, that is always going to be some variation of pull-ups, push-ups, and squats. Some kind of a Cindy, throw a bike in there, throw a rower in there, throw a run in there. Because I just feel like I know when I do it, I'm getting a full body workout in. It doesn't require me to warm up at all. I can literally just jump into it and I can go slower and push or less intensity, or I can go faster and try and get intensity in. So one of my favorite things, I always will find like when I'm not feeling good, especially when I'm traveling, that's like one of my go-to, like I'll throw like a bike zone 2 session in with like bike and Cindy. Favorite thing to do. I did an AMRAP of row cows and goblet squats. Kenneth, that has nothing to do with Cindy. Why are you bringing up goblet squats and rowing? Just saying. I'm
That's
kidding
his
with you.
go-to.
Huh?
It's his go-to.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Okay. You're like, uh-huh. Okay, Cheryl. That's you. He answered the question, but yeah. I did an AMRAP of row calories and goblet squats. Yeah. I guess that could be a go-to, but whatever. You got to have a go-to. Workout that you can do doesn't require anything, you know? So Judy did Angie. I remember my first time doing Angie.
Is that
And
the 100?
yeah, like I thought the pull-ups were going to be the hard part. And then I'm like, I'm through the pull-ups. And then you're on like your first set of 10 push-ups. And you're like, I got a long way to go. It just seemed like the push-ups took forever. Forever.
Yep.
So, but yeah. So, do you have a go-to, like something that you do whenever you're not feeling good?
Usually I do some version of 21:59, 28,
Yeah.
21:59, something like that. And I throw some stuff together. Usually it's my machine, whatever I had at the time.
Yeah.
And then like a body weight movement of squats or push-ups. It's the
Oh,
pull-ups I hate in Cindy.
yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. I like 21:15.9s too. Or I like 10 down to ones because I feel like it just the mentally you're just chipping away. But either of those. And then as CrossFit's gotten, obviously we get fitter. Now we're like, let's go 27, 21:15.9. So, in fact, you know what I've been doing a lot of right now in my online programming is because I do a blend of CrossFit and bodybuilding. They don't really do a lot of snatches and overhead squats, but they do a main lift, squat, press, deadlift, because you were on it for a little while. But my accessory work lately has been drop sets where they'll do like 15 reps, quickly rest and add weight, 12 reps, add weight, and then 9 reps, add weight. So it's kind of a different way to like train like the 21:15.9 sequence. So yeah, I like that stuff.
You know what always gets me at Polaris is in their bodybuilding work, they go to fatigue, exhaustion, whatever, and then it's multiple reps of like just banded curls,
Yep.
right? And then you're thinking like, okay, 30, 31.
Yep.
And then the next set you're like 12.
Yep. Yep. That's the hypertrophy work. Yeah.
Oh,
I've actually been doing a lot of that stuff right now myself as I'm in my gains train.
when I was younger, I did that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I was conditioned to it.
Yeah.
Man, now it rips me up.
Yeah. It's definitely tough stuff. So, what's on your agenda this week?
So we were going to go see my daughter last weekend. Due to the weather, that got postponed. So I'm taking Friday off. And going to see her this weekend.
All right. Awesome. And then I know you said you have a sponsorship call after this. That's awesome. Hopefully that
Yeah,
goes well. So,
hopeful.
so nutritionally, we're going to try and cut back on the vegetables a little bit. Still keep them in. That was a good addition. But I'm going to bet that that's likely what it is. Just sitting in your gut a little bit longer. Not a bad thing. Let's try and get the protein in a little bit more. I think that's really going to come down to a snack. Some other easy protein options for snacks is things like beef jerky. I like turkey jerky. I love those types of things. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Hard-boiled egg whites. I like to, if you have the fat, you can eat the yolk too. But those are great. I've also been lately, I've been really digging tuna salad. I've been eating tuna salad in a whole grain pita, those Joseph's pitas. And don't knock it till you try it. But I grew up eating pickle in my tuna salad. That was just how we always made tuna salad. And instead of using mayo, I swap out mayo for non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and I add a little bit of Dijon mustard to it, and it cuts the fat, and it tastes creamy and amazing. And I've been toasting a pita and putting it in that, or eating it with some pita chips. But that's a great way to get some more protein into that's not just like drinking a protein shake. And you can make that ahead of time and have it in your fridge. It's also an easy lunch.
So what about the like the Star-Kissed
Yep.
little pouches of tuna?
Yep. Those are
They're
fine.
flavored.
Yeah, those are
Good.
fine. Yeah, they usually don't have mayo in them though. They're just kind of those are fine. But if you want something creamy and you want to save on fat, try using non-fat plain Greek yogurt and put a little bit of Dijon mustard in too, because it just makes it less, I don't know, it just does something different to it. I do that, salt, pepper, I add my pickle in, and it's amazing. It's one of my favorite go-to snacks right now.
Yeah, I just love tuna. So
Yeah.
I don't even need the mayo. But I
Yeah,
haven't done that in a while. It's been a minute since
that's a great snack.
I used to have them in my desk drawer at work
Oh
when I
man,
had to go to work.
I used to love tuna salad on saltines, like the saltine crackers. I used to love that. So one of my favorite snacks. But yeah, you can do the same thing with chicken salad. So it's another good one.
So my wife is so old school that she calls a saltine a soda cracker.
Oh, that's yeah. My grandmother used to call them soda crackers too. Yeah. There was a soup that my mom used to buy, and it was Lipton noodle soup. And it used to come in a box, a packet, like a little packet, and it was just noodles and broth. And we would have that with those saltine crackers, like so good. Whenever we were sick or whatever, it was like so good. But yeah. So I saw you had a little bit of ramen last week too. That's an old school comfort food for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I made it with steak.
yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so this week we're going to just work on maybe a little bit less vegetables, still keeping them in. Photos tomorrow morning. So I feel like I need to text you. I meant to text you on Saturday, and then I remembered I'm like, shit, I forgot to text Scott on Saturday about this photos. And then I remembered last night, and I was hoping that it was going to be enough to remind you today to do them. So can we do them tomorrow?
I'll put them up tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm not going to share them with anybody, but I just want to be able to tell the listeners that, hey, he did what he committed to. He put the photos in.
Okay.
But yeah. So I guess today that's pretty much it, right? I think we're in a good spot. It's getting warmer. So
Yeah, for now.
for now.
I'm ready for spring already.
When does the winter officially end? When we see the groundhog, right?
Well, it's 6 weeks from the time you see the groundhog.
Oh, okay.
So that's like mid-March.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I feel for you guys. So, but you guys have something to look forward to. We have something to not look forward to, because come August, you guys are like, bitching about the snow. Come August, we're bitching about how humid it is. You can't even walk outside without feeling like you're in a sauna. So, but I'm not sure which I would prefer. I think I'd prefer the heat. Death by burpees if those photos are not done tomorrow. Damien, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. If the photos aren't up tomorrow, Scott has to go live on YouTube for his debut workout that he has been telling us that he is going to start and do death by burpees. I do remember Scott saying he wanted to start doing this whole like workout where he would explain a workout. And that's the perfect one for him to do, because for the first couple of minutes, you're going to have some time to talk to the listeners, because
I'll only make it 3 minutes on death by burpees.
You're only going to get 3 burpees in?
Yep, that's it.
Well, here's what we'll say. Well, I'll say you have to get to 10. And that means if you have to keep restarting until you've made it to 10 minutes, then that's
the pictures will be in.
All right, the picture's going to be in. You heard that, Damien, right? Damien's wife, Liza, is working with me right now. She's doing awesome as well. So, Damien, little plug that your wife is crushing it. So, just happy for her.
We got a little family of Cheryl followers.
I guys, hey, it makes me want to cry. Honestly, I got a message today from one of my clients that was just like, it just literally lit me up, and when you're having days where you just feel like you're busy and you're going, it's exciting. It makes me feel so good. So, yeah, she definitely is, Damien. So I'm happy. So,
so I'm guessing she gave you her pictures.
She does. She puts her photos in. She does. So most of my clients, I've been trying to, I don't think, so, to be honest, some coaches are like having their clients take photos like weekly. And let's not even talk about the challenges that are like take a daily photo. Come on, people. Like, do we really need to see physical changes that often? I think a monthly photo is plenty of time. So 4 weeks, you should see some changes. It's fine. So, yeah.
All right. Well, with that, I guess I got to snap some pictures.
Otherwise, it's death by burpees, and we're going live with it. Just saying.
We will see everybody next time on the Clydesdale Media Weight Loss Journey. Bye, guys.